Great news. Let me tell you about the judge that finally got the draw on the Alligator Alcatraz or Alligator Alcatraz case after 2 magistrate judges and 1 district court judge had to recuse themselves from the case in Florida. There's no other than Judge Kathleen Williams. I'm going to tell you why she's a badass and why God has a sense of humor for her to get that draw. She's one of few judges that have actually held a Trump-aligned politician in civil contempt. That's right. Judge Kathleen Williams found James Altheimer, who is currently the Florida Attorney General, in civil contempt because after the courts declared that Florida cannot do immigration law and cannot ban people and make it criminal to be undocumented in the state of Florida, to which the Supreme Court said, no, thank you. They decided not to see that case at all, which means that still unlawful. Judge Kathleen Williams told the Attorney General to tell law enforcement to not try to enforce that unlawful law. And he did it first, and then he did a second memo essentially saying that the law enforcement officers aren't obligated to abide by her orders. She had a show cause order. He showed up, tried a little bit, back it up a little bit, but then he agreed ultimately, like, yeah, when you go on Fox and conservative media and tell people that you're not going to bow down to her and she doesn't have to tell you what to do and all this stuff he was popping off, you can read here, all these like him and Han he was doing. She's like, you know what? Civil contempt. Not only did he have to formally retract everything 100% and she's watching, he also had to do weekly updates to extent to make sure that you aren't enforcing that. But anyway, the law enforcement officers, they're not like this fool. They were like, yeah, we're leaving those people alone. So that is the person who got the case. Now, I asked ChatGPT what type of person she would be, like what type of judge she is. And they said she's all about process, procedure, and accountability. So the only thing I don't like is that she's letting this case drag on because the plaintiffs, the litigants, the Friends of the Florida Everglades and the Center for Biodiversity and the Miccosukee tribe have said this is urgent. The bat population, the panther population, the ecology, the environment, our sacred grounds are all right now being tainted by this. And no matter how much the Trump administration tried to say, this is not us, this is not a federal facility, they continue to put things on the record to show this is an ICE truck, this is an ICE operation, these are immigrants here, these are detained folks, this is a federal operation, and this needs to be done expedited. She allowed the briefing schedule to be dragged on a little bit, like it goes until middle of August. It's not good. So yeah, that's the only thing. I think ultimately she's going to pull it back, mark my words. But yeah, stay tuned. It's a good thing. JJ Legal, each one teach one. Share this video.